Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 23 Live Feed Spoilers. We hope you are prepared for the roller coaster ride that this video is going to take you on.
There's a lot that's happened. Of course, some randomness that happened thanks to the roulette, and we're going to get into all of it for you.
There are some high highs, there are some low lows. If you are a fan of Derek X, you may want to go and find your nearest pillow to scream in at this very moment.
Our boy Derek X, he's in trouble.
Oh, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. Okay, well, we will start, of course, with the nominees, which we covered back in our last video. Yep. Claire and Derek F were the initial people put up by Sarah Beth for eviction.
Okay, then Alyssa won this roulette power, which allowed her to take down someone, and she took down Derek F. Okay, and then it randomly nominated Xavier, which is really tough for Alyssa because he, for her, is someone that she's aligned with.
Like, this is the part of this roulette power which I objectively just don't like, but it is moderately amusing. That
I was gonna say, you love messiness.
I do love messiness. I do love that's why it would have been hilarious if Kylan was nominated on Sarah Beth's day. And this is no dig at Kylan, but that's what I wanted because it would be the funniest. This is the second funniest because this is like one of the only people Alyssa was kind of sort of working with, and Xavier's not even really working with her, but still.
No, but he has, ever since night one, been there for her when she has needed him.
The thing I just don't understand about all of this is, like, why are you saving Derek F, of all people? Like, what's the point in that? Derek F isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
No one knows. No one knows where Alyssa's head is at in the game anymore. She's just kind of there.
Yeah, and I think she probably feels that way as well. She doesn't really have any true allies in this game. She is kind of just there, and I think she knows it.
All right, so as we sort of build up for the veto yesterday, we already have like this just horrible pit in our stomach that we all know that Sarah Beth wants to nominate Derek X as a replacement nominee. And with that, of course, this means one thing: production. If there is ever a time to put Derek X's name 6 times in the bag to draw the veto players, we've all been here with this veto bag. Yep. This is the time to do it. You are the chosen ones. Come on.
That's if that theory is true.
Yes.
Then that would be the way that goes. But before we get to the veto players, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 60,000, and we would love it if you would hit that button. Help our channel grow. That would be really amazing. Thank you.
Also, check out our Instagram at Matt and Jess TV, because apparently I'm just turning into a donut photographer now, and this is just going to be my thing. I just take pictures of donuts I buy.
Yeah, we have a local donut shop that's kind of like a Voodoo Donuts, if you've heard of that, where they have these really incredible, like, gourmet type donuts, and
I want a maple bar. They're so good. It's like, really, this is my thing now. I apologize to everyone. No, I don't. I don't apologize. They're really good.
Yeah, no, he got the maple bar. He also got a cookies and cream.
Yeah.
We do have a picture up at our Instagram, which is Matt and Jess TV. So follow us over there for Matt's Donut Adventures. Hashtag Donut Adventures.
Donut Adventure. Listen, I need a donut after hearing these veto players. I'll tell you that.
Okay, here are the veto players. They are Claire, Xavier, Sarah Beth, Alyssa, Azza, Derek F. And the winner of the veto is Xavier.
Production. You guys let me down. I believed in you. How dare you not give me what? Okay, listen. This was, even regardless of if you wanted Derek X to win the veto or not, like, the moment that Derek X was not drawn in this, it is just sort of like the air slowly going out of the tires. It was just like, what's the point of this week anymore at that point?
Well, here's the thing for me, is the fact that he wasn't drawn.
Yes.
Makes it feel a little bit more like it's not rigged.
Yeah.
Because if it always feels like the HOH is like, oh man, I really don't want fill in the blank to play in the veto. And they almost always get chosen. It's just kind of like, and then we have that confessional where they're like, why, how could this have happened? And then, of course, there's a whole bunch of us that think, well, maybe something like this has happened where they put Derek X in 15 times. He didn't get chosen. Maybe this was on purpose, where it was kind of like, okay, people might be figuring out our veto bag thing. This is just alleged. This is just a rumor. So they decided that they weren't going to do anything.
Well, this
just a rumor. This isn't necessarily true.
Okay. Here's the thing, and I wish I wasn't saying this because I like to keep this bit going, but like in my heart of hearts, do I think that Big Brother is rigged? No, but is it really fun to talk about it as though it is sometimes? Sure. Do they do things sometimes to influence the outcome? Also, sure. I remember that time in like Big Brother 13 where they like paired up everyone again near the end of the season and they were like, we're doing over the first HOH that Rachel won and Rachel is still in the house. Of course she's going to win that.
Yeah.
Like that's the shenanigans I think they do pull. But like you said, Xavier won the veto.
Yeah.
Good on Xavier. It seems like he's going to be taking a little bit of punishment as a result of this.
But he's also here for another week.
Good on you, Xavier, for taking all this to the team. Because here's apparently what Xavier's going to have to do now.
Yep.
He's going to be in solitary confinement, at least I think around Wednesday or so. He's lost his BB bucks. They're out the window. He apparently, the next time he's not HOH, he's going to be like an automatic third nominee, which is fine. All of this can just add to your resume when you win the game later this season, Xavier.
Yeah, I mean, as far as vetoes go and punishments go, it's kind of like you're just swapping out being on the block one time for another. You're not really kind of winning the veto and saving yourself if one of your punishments is like, oh, well, next time you're not HOH, guess what? You're also on the block. Like, again, anyways, I think that punishment is really sucky. I don't think it's fair. I think if you've won the veto to take yourself off, you shouldn't automatically be a nominee another week. That it's like, sorry for your luck. You're going to be nominee no matter what.
I also think that this is something that could, I don't know if it will, but it could cause Xavier to sort of rethink a couple of things, because what if he's HOH this coming week, and then it's the week after he becomes like the third nominee on the block? It would benefit you at that point to have some other physical threats still around, because maybe at that point people will be like, all right, now's the time to take a shot at this guy who is incredible at this game.
Yes. It puts him in a really, really bad spot. That punishment is quite bad. All the rest of it, like he loses his box, okay, fine. Solitary confinement, that's typically like one of the worst punishments you can have in this game, because not being able to talk game and know what's going on and being left out of the loop, even if it was for 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever it is, that's a really, really tough punishment. But you won the veto, you're safe, but not next time. You're automatically on the block. It's just bogus.
You know what I miss? I miss I was not expecting that. I missed the chum bath punishment where they had to like go and like dive into that. Listen, I don't have to smell them, so that I don't have to deal with it, but it's like, I want funny punishments, guys, and they don't always have to be like costumes. Like, I remember when I think it was Brittany and Brendan had to be like stuck together. Like, give me that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot more fun. This feels a bit like that's going to be the end of Xavier's game. If he does win HOH, let's say, and then the next week he's on the block, that is a time that the cookout could decide to just take him out before they have to, really, really deal with him down the road. I think this is a really tough punishment that could really be the end of Xavier's game.
And he told the camera after the fact that he felt like he needed to win and do all of this just so that he could look good kind of around the rest of the house. And I'm guessing some of this is that, if you're not in the cookout, and you don't know the cookout is a thing, it's gonna look suspicious if he's not up there, like, trying with every single ounce of himself to win it, because, of course, I think the argument a lot of people would make was, why in the world would Xavier take all these punishments when he knows he's not going to be evicted versus Claire? That's probably why.
Absolutely. That is why. And it totally makes sense that he would. The cookout has been trying to find ways to show the other side of the house that they are not working together. And putting up Derek F hasn't been enough. It just isn't enough. So, yeah, Xavier has to look like he is nervous being on the block, nervous that he's going to go home. He knows that he's a good competitor. He does win stuff. He's very likable. He's a buff guy. Yeah, if he went up there and just kind of was like, whatever, then, yeah, everyone would probably target him even more.
Derek F got $7,500 from this competition, and it is time for
real bucks.
A new edition of references very few people will get, because I have now, with this monetary prize in mind, I have figured out who Derek F is in this game. For everyone out there who has seen HBO's Silicon Valley, there's a character on this show named Big Head that at one point pretty early on just gets exiled to the roof of the headquarters, where he does nothing and receives an extremely large amount of money for it. Derek F is living everyone's dream of doing nothing, getting $7,500, not winning any competitions. Congratulations, Derek F. You are succeeding in this game in a way no one else can.
That is such a good reference. I totally forgot about that. What a great show.
I just forgot about it until literally right now when I was just looking. It's like, Derek, you kind of living the dream in some weird sort of way. You're not having to do anything. You're just like, sure, you're not going to win, but Derek F may very well win, like, the second place money, too, and if that's the case, he's really achieving his final form of Big Head from Silicon Valley.
What's interesting about it is that we've seen people win money on this show before and then immediately kind of get targeted for it, and people get real nervous about winning money early on in the show because they're like, oh man, I have $5,000, I got $7,500. Oh man, if I take this, people are gonna be worried and kind of be like, they already have money, they can go, sort of thing. Derek F doesn't give any Fs. He really doesn't.
No, nobody's gonna be like, oh, Derek F, he's got money, he's dangerous now.
Yeah, no, nobody's gonna target him for that.
We have to talk about the other Derek now, and I'm sad about it, but Sarah Beth is still all in on doing this. She's apparently still worried that Derek X is gonna, like, retaliate against her and, like, throw her under. Listen, Sarah Beth, this is not the person you need to be worried about. How about the other 6 people in an alliance that you don't know exists?
Yeah, Derek X wasn't really coming after you. This has been what has been so, like, interesting about this game, and I've seen the comments that people are really upset that the Cookout Alliance is like steamrolling everybody, but I mean, if you really look at all the HOHs that have been going on, out of all these HOHs, we had Kylan win twice and we had Xavier win once. The rest of these HOHs have all been won by the other side of the house, and they have all done the bidding of the Cookout. It's such a brilliant steamroll. Like, it really is. And I say steamroll because the Cookout has really been able to be in charge of a lot of these moves, even when they're not in power. And I really wish that the show was showing more of this, of sort of what planning is going on behind the scenes a little bit more, and a little bit more of the influence to influence the other side of the house, to make moves for them that they may not have moved. Like, why would Sarah be going after Derek X? Like, he's a big target, but he's not really coming after her.
It's all such a testament to, like, in my mind, I feel like there are 3 very good to brilliant players in the Cookout. And obviously Tiffany is brilliant strategically. Xavier's brilliant socially, a little bit strategically. Kylan, I don't know if he's as good as the 2 of them, but his fingerprints are all over this HOH. Like, he's the reason why the Cookout is safe right now.
Yeah.
like they have been strategically just so dominant, where if you're Sarah Beth after the fact, like you're gonna look back at this and be like, wow, I just got snowed over by all these people. How in the world did I not see this? And yeah, these other people, they've had their opportunities. This isn't like the Cookout winning every HOH.
Yeah, no, it isn't. I mean, for all these HOHs, they've won 3.
The thing is, Sarah Beth, you remember when there was that veto and you were so sad and upset and Derek X let you have that money? You know, come on, throw the guy. Okay, no, I'm just pleading at this point. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's lights out for Derek X. I'm very concerned.
The only chance he has is if some of these people come to their senses and are just like, you know what? We need to keep another target in the game a little while longer. Nobody is going to view Claire as a target. And I like Claire. Claire's my winner pick. But you know what? Claire's going to be an easy person to get out later based on everything that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, people like Kylan, Xavier, they do need somebody else who can win competitions to be still in the game, because it does leave them as targets.
Yeah, and I'm by me saying, Claire's an easy person to get out later. Yeah, that's an argument to keep her, and I kind of just invalidated myself. But you know what? It's the sort of thing where, like you just said, Derek X is a huge target. He is a huge threat. You need other big threats if you are Kylan, if you are Xavier. Hannah wants to keep Derek X.
Yeah.
It's a start.
Yeah.
It's a start. Come on, guys. Okay, all right. Well, I'll stop pleading, but thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Where do you want to see the rest of this week go? Thank you guys so much. We'll see you here next time.